Hello, I'm Matt Guff from thehouse.com, and this is a 2018 Rossignol 1LF wide snowboard designed for intermediate to advanced level all-mountain freestyle riders that have size 11 feet and larger. I really like Rossignol wide decks because they're a little bit wider than their average, kind of like industry standard wide snowboard. So if you have like 12, 13s, the wide version's going to be top notch. Now the 1LF, which used to be called the 1 Mag, is kind of like not really changed too much throughout the years because it's such a well-rounded board and designed like top to bottom, inside and out, really great. Even though it's an all-mountain freestyle board, it kind of weighs a little bit more heavy on that all-mountain side because it has a directional twin shape and a slightly set back stance. The tail's going to be just a little bit stiffer as well because of the core profiling. It features an Amtech Elite style profile shape as well. It's a hybrid profile. Underneath and in between each foot, the board's going to have about 40% rocker, so it's still quick edge to edge, but it's going to feel a little bit looser near those contact points because there's a 30% rocker. But along with that is a cool piece of technology called rad cut. So even though when the board's on an edge, the rocker is going to kind of like swoop up and maybe not have as much contact, Rossignol has kind of like re-engineered and designed what's called rad cut. It's reverse a side cut, so it actually kind of like bows out a little bit more. So when you engage on an edge, you're going to be able to initiate that actual carve because of that rad cut technology near those contact points. So it's kind of like cool and wild innovation, but it works really well, and you can really rip on these things, especially with the addition of magnet traction edges as well. Now, the wide version of the 1LF is going to feel a little bit stiffer than the regular version. I'd probably give it about a 6 on the 110 flex rating scale. It's going to be a little bit stiffer than your average board and about 1 point stiffer than the regular width version of the 1LF. Now the LF stands for light frame in 1LF, and that means that the perimeter of this poplar wood core has been milled out and filled with urethane, making a little bit more of a damp style board and doesn't chatter as much when you're riding at high speeds. The poplar wood core has a biax fiberglass on top and on bottom, but there's 2 additional laminates. On top, there's going to be an aramid strip in between the feet that's pre-curved in a camber style shape to help give the board a little bit more of a lively feel when you're carving around. Also, there's going to be basalt fibers on the bottom, basically throughout volcanic rock fibers that are really lightweight. There's a sintered style base that absorbs tons of wax, but you have to make sure to keep this thing waxed up throughout the season, otherwise it's going to dry out and be a little bit slower than an extruded style base. There's a 360 wrap standard seal edge, and again, of course, it has that magnet traction edge and that rad cut technology near those contact points. If you really want one deck that kind of rules them all, the Rossignol 1LF is the board within the line that just kind of does that. So you can ride the parks, you can hit groomers, because the stance is set back, of course, you can dip into deep snow, but for the most part, it's going to be a little bit more of an all-mountain style board over a freestyle board. This is the 1LF, formerly known as the 1 MagTech, and you can check it out at thehouse.com. Leave a comment or a question. Let me know if you've ridden this board and what you think of it, and of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already.